Driving is a significant task, but a lot of people don't take it very seriously. Some people do it while using their phones, others do it while chatting with other passengers and drinking coffee. But the most dangerous and reckless are those who drive drunk.
Here are drunk drivers reacting to being sentenced to life because of a momentary lapse of judgment that they may never recover from. Amber Pereira. Amber Pereira, a resident of Tampa Bay, was involved in a serious car accident on the Salmon Expressway in 2017. Investigations revealed that Pereira was intoxicated at the time of the collision, which resulted in the tragic death of 3 members of the Felipac family. Pereira's vehicle collided with Luis Felipac's vehicle, causing it to veer into the westbound lanes where it was hit by 2 other vehicles and caught fire. Pereira continued driving but was later apprehended when her damaged car could no longer operate. She pleaded guilty to driving under the influence. Pereira initially claimed to have had a seizure before the incident, but she was subsequently charged with DUI manslaughter, DUI with serious bodily damage, fleeing the scene of a fatal collision, and evidence destruction. According to investigators, Pereira had been driving at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour while under the influence. Additional testing revealed the presence of 3 cannabis-related chemicals in her system, 2 of which were present in amounts that could affect her cognitive abilities. Pereira broke down in tears during her sentencing when the judge announced her 50-year sentence. The judge referenced a recorded conversation where Pereira expressed regret for her actions' impact on other lives. The judge emphasized that Pereira had destroyed her own life and ended the lives of 3 others. Olivia Carolee Culbreth. Olivia Carolee Culbreth, a 21-year-old woman, has consumed alcohol in the early hours of February 9, 2014, shortly after giving birth 11 days prior. Despite being a new mother at 21, Culbreth drove 100 miles per hour in the wrong direction on the 57th Highway. Culbreth was sentenced to 30 years to life in prison. During the collision, Culbreth's vehicle collided with a Ford Explorer traveling westbound, leading to the deaths of 4 individuals in the SUV, including 3 generations of the same family. Culbreth's sister and closest friend, who were passengers in her Camaro, also lost their lives in the 3-vehicle pileup. California Highway Patrol officers described the accident as one of the worst wrecks they had witnessed. Prosecutors revealed that Culbreth's blood alcohol concentration was 0.15% 3 hours after the collision. Culbreth had a prior DUI conviction, multiple traffic offenses on her record, and license limitations. When asked about their feelings toward Culbreth, a family member of the victims expressed empathy rather than anger, acknowledging the weight she would carry for the rest of her life due to the lives she had taken, including her sister. During her sentencing, Culbreth made emotional statements, sobbing as she fully accepted the responsibility and expressed remorse. She prayed for consolation for those affected by her actions and stated that she would willingly trade her life for any of the lives she had taken. Despite her remorseful statements, Culbreth was sentenced to a minimum of 30 years in prison with a possibility of a life sentence. Charlisha Pelt. Charlisha was driving under the influence of alcohol with Michael Jones, a child. Unfortunately, the child was not securely strapped into his car seat when the minivan ran a red light and collided with another vehicle. The impact caused the young boy to be ejected onto the road, resulting in his death at the hospital. During the court proceedings, Charlisha apologized to her family and begged forgiveness. However, her family, devastated by the loss of their 3-year-old son, was not satisfied.
Get to the hospital to see my baby laid out with tire marks on his arms, on his face. When I quit.
Charlisha is facing potential imprisonment for up to 15 years and expressed deep remorse for the collision that took her son's life. Charlisha's emotions were overwhelming in court as she repeatedly asked for forgiveness. She acknowledged the pain she caused and empathized with the child's father, stating that it hurt her deeply when people acted as if they didn't care about her child. She kept speaking of her love for her son, who meant everything to her. Charlie pleaded with the court for leniency, recognizing her mistakes and the gravity of her actions. According to family members, Charlicia was receiving treatment for depression and was on her way to drop off the children at her sister's house so she could have a night out. However, her heartfelt apology did not sway the outcome. She was found guilty of endangerment and causing the death of a child while driving under the influence. Charlicia faced charges of second-degree offenses and operating a vehicle while intoxicated. During sentencing, she expressed remorse and sobbed with her head down. Ultimately, Charlicia pleaded guilty to all charges and was sentenced to 15 years in prison for her actions. Michelle Lake. Michelle had previously served jail time for drunk driving incident that resulted in a fatality. However, she went on to cause another crash while intoxicated, leading to her receiving a 10-year prison sentence.
Demons haunt me every day, and the night before the accident, these demons took advantage of the weak state of mind I was in. The decisions that followed will haunt me and the victim's family and my family forever.
On December 6, 2018, Michelle was driving on LaFale Avenue in Westwood when she veered into the opposite lane and collided with an oncoming car. The other vehicle's occupants, the driver and the front seat passenger, sustained serious injuries. Authorities discovered illegal substances in Michelle's system, and her driver's license had been revoked following a drunk driving incident in 2006 that took another person's life. During the court proceedings, Michelle pleaded for forgiveness, while the judge expressed sympathy and referred to her as a ticking time bomb. The judge pointed out that Michelle showed no fear of driving despite being prohibited and highlighted her heroin addiction, which she hadn't sought treatment for over years. Michelle broke down in tears and expressed remorse for her actions. Unfortunately, Michelle's apologies couldn't change the fact that her actions in 2018 left 2 people critically injured. She crossed the center line and collided with Jody Cox's vehicle. Jody, who had her 2-year-old son in the back seat, explained the incident's profound impact on her family's financial, mental, and emotional well-being. Prosecutors requested a 10-year sentence considering Michelle's prior record and ongoing substance addiction struggles. Michelle's blood alcohol content at the time of the incident was measured at 0.242, 3 times the legal limit. The judge ultimately sentenced Michelle to 8 years in prison for aggravated vehicle assault and 2 years for vehicular assault to be served consecutively. Additionally, Michelle will be on probation for 3 years upon her release, and her driver's license will be permanently suspended. That concludes today's video. Thanks for watching.